Their results are still spoiled by their failure to make their revolutions thoroughgoing enough. What do you think was the revolution the author is talking about? The reference to this statement is in the second paragraph. It is stated here, despite the deserved reputations of both Descartes and Kant as having pushed epistemological questions to the front of philosophy, their results are still spoiled by their failure to make their revolutions thoroughgoing enough. The reference to the answer is here in this phrase, having pushed epistemological questions to the front of philosophy. There's another reference to this in the very next statement. They are still part of the transition from the primacy of metaphysics to the primacy of epistemology. So option A states, questioning and deep investigation into relationship between subject and object. The reference to subject and object is here in this line. The relation between subject and object would thus become the basic and unalterable given to which the independence of objects must be subordinated, much as Schopenhauer considered subject and object to be mere halves of representation as such. So in all of this, we realize that in the word thus, we may connect this aspect, the relation between subject and object, to the theories or the revolutions, as this tells us, made by Descartes and Kant. Despite that, this is not a direct reference. We are talking about subject and object. Then again, this is incorrect because the reference to this is in these phrases we have noticed, the one here and these here. So this does not have a direct relationship with the given reference. Then again, this does not give us the revolution the author is talking about. This is only talking about questioning and deep investigation into the relationship between subject and object. There's another third reason why this can be eliminated. Questioning and deep investigation into the relationships between subject and object, that is also incorrect because we talk about this here, the relationship between subject and object, but then it is stated would thus become the basic and unalterable given. So there's no questioning it and there's no need for investigation into it. So overall, this is quite distorted. Hence, option A is eliminated. Option B says, bringing epistemological quest to the forefront of metaphysics. This is quite relevant. We see it here, having pushed epistemological questions to the forefront of philosophy or metaphysics. Again, metaphysics is mentioned here. Their failure to make their revolutions thoroughgoing enough because they did not quite push epistemological questions to the front of philosophy. They are still part of the transition from the primacy of metaphysics to the primacy of epistemology. So they are still in the process of transitioning from metaphysics to epistemology. Of course, these people, they've done their work a long time ago. So it's not that they are actually transitioning right now, but their work has become suspended in the transition. So it has not brought epistemological questions to the front of philosophy or to the front of metaphysics. So that is exactly the reference that we were looking for. This is the failure that the author is talking about, and the failure to the revolutions to bring epistemological questions to the front of philosophy. But their failure make their revolutions, it's in their failure to make their revolutions thorough enough. So we can qualify B as a valid answer. Option C tells us, trying to find out the true nature and essence of beings. Now, this can be eliminated in both ways. We can see that actually the meaning of ontology is exactly this, finding out the true nature and essence of being. Epistemology is the true nature, the origin, the sources of knowledge. That's the difference. Epistemology, the nature and being, nature and essence of knowledge. Ontology, nature and essence of being, of beings, of human beings. But we don't need that to eliminate this option. We can see that there's no direct reference to this, true nature and essence of being. We have a much more direct reference to option B, And option B, we have seen how it directly connects to the question. It answers the question, gives us a direct reference in the passage. C, at best, it is inferential. So we don't need that option because we have a much more direct option in B. Then again, if we knew the meaning of ontology, we would understand that this connects only to ontology. This does not connect with epistemology, and epistemological questions in a simplification. Epistemology is of key reference here. So ontology is actually not quite needed. So C is irrelevant. We can eliminate C. Option D says, establishing independence and separability of things in themselves. This one is easier, very similar to option C. Independence and separability of things in themselves connect with the ontological belief. And we are talking about the epistemological belief here, bringing epistemology to the forefront of philosophy or metaphysics. So this is easily eliminated because D is irrelevant. So D can be eliminated. The correct answer is option B.